Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. I'm sorry to disturb you on a fantastic, beautiful, sunny Sunday, but I need to, because we have big news. 24-25 Juventus, that could be a Brazilian Juventus without Federico Chiesa. Maximum of like if you didn't yet, please continue to subscribe and also to support the channel. Let me know your opinion into the comment section because today will be a tough one. I know a lot of you were telling me on the channel recently, Beppe, stop about it. Stop speaking about Federico Chiesa. Stop spreading rumors. Even some people that do not know me really well, stop spreading lies. As long as the big journalists, Romeo Agresti, Fabrizio Romano, are not speaking about it, as long as they are not confirming, we don't believe you. Federico Chiesa loves Juventus. Juventus, they want to continue with Federico Chiesa. It's absurd to even speak about Fede far away from Juve in season 24-25. Ragazzi, sorry to tell you, but this morning, on the 9th of June 2024, Fabrizio Romano confirmed it on his YouTube channel. If you didn't yet, please, I invite you to go to his YouTube channel so that you can hear the words. Otherwise, you can go into our Telegram group where we wrote it. And what did we read? A small recap that Juventus is really, and these are the words of Fabrizio, Juventus is really getting ready to sell Federico Chiesa as soon as possible. Why? To use the generated funds in order to buy their priorities, Calafiori and Koopmeiners. While they are still interested in Douglas Luiz, we'll come back on Douglas Luiz in a second, the priority remains the Dutchman of Atalanta, which is Koopmeiners, but it's not the or, but if there is the possibility, if there are the funds, they can even go for both of the players. All of them have a story, and we are explaining that on the channel since a few days. But let's go back to Federico Chiesa. I told you, pay attention, I'm warning you. I believe I said it in January already. If Federico, it was the 4th of January, I told you. If Federico doesn't extend, pay attention because he could leave. Pay attention because he could leave. What do we know? And what is the main reason? Federico Chiesa with Juventus, he has one more season, one more year of contract. And actually, it's even shorter because in February, the 1st of February 2025, he can sign with whoever he wants, whatever club he wants, and he can leave Juventus for a free. That's the first thing that we know. It's a fact. The second thing that we know is Romeo Agresti, the best journalist of Mercato regarding Juve, always told us there were already some meetings with a verbal agreement between Juve and the agents that he will not leave for free. What are the most optimistic person thinking when they hear that? He will extend. What are the most negative, pessimist person thinking when they hear that? Well, Juventus will sell him this summer. Both are still possible. At the moment, there is no, here we go, there is no done deal or no surprise here since. No, at the moment, nothing is a done deal. Could be that Fede stays with Juve next season. Could be that he leaves. Could be that he even stays for the next 100 years at Juve. At the moment, nothing is really done. But we need to take into consideration that big part, that he has only 1 year. Then, of course, you need to sum up all the other things. Thiago Motta rumors that he's not seeing him as a masterpiece in his tactical plan. Then you can say, yeah, but he didn't arrive, he can change opinion. It's all correct and you're all right about that. But on the other side, we can't just blind our eyes. It's impossible. We need to also understand how Thiago Motta is playing and looking at all the diverse team he played with and what he's asking to these offensive wingers, the word that he's asking. And it's true that at the moment, Fede can't do what Thiago is requesting him, or at least it's not natural for him, so he will need to adapt. So there is a sense or something true into that story of tactical incompatibility at the moment where he sees better things. And that's another one. Then, of course, if you speak about contract negotiation with Fede that is asking more because he's probably the best Italian player that there is, asking more salary, while Juventus is saying, oh, pay attention, you come from 2 years of injury, you were inconsistent this season. We saw some flashes of the Fede, but not with consistency to renew your thing. Let's go. Relax without taking any risk from both parts. We give you 1 more year without going with too much more money. And then we see with Fede that says, look, I'm attracted by playing the World Cup for a club, the Champions League, and this and that, but you need to show me that you believe in me, give me the money. So there is that discussion between all parts, and then of course you have the other clubs that are attracted. And that's the big thing, because here we come towards the offer. People are saying 25 million euro and Juventus is ready to leave him. 40 million is the minimum request of Juve, other sources. What is the right price of Fede? Well, we don't know. We don't know. The right price for a player with 1 year of contract where the club decides to let him go, well, it actually comes from the offers, from the demand of the other ones. If you have Bayern Munich, Paris Saint-Germain, Real Madrid, all the biggest club in the world, Manchester City, with money that are coming to you and they say, we want him now, we don't want to wait until he's free on the 1st of February, the price increase can go from 40, 50, 60, 70, depending what the other ones are offering for that player. If you don't have these clubs, and if you have, unfortunately, what we are hearing now, an interest from Roma, an interest from Napoli that could cash in thanks to the sale of Osimhen and who knows, maybe a Kvaratskhelia, well, you will not go beyond the 40 million euros, so you need to limit what you have. And that's actually the big question. How much will Juventus say, okay, for that price, we let him go? I can't tell you today. We are far away, but on the other side, if you're listening to Fabrizio Romano, as soon as possible to generate fund. The plan, as I told you, is already written and done. A Douglas Luiz, a Koopmeiners, a Calafiori, a Di Gregorio, and then going with the Giuntoli. The Giuntoli name. On the right side, offensive winger, why not another one on the left side? And we also have to deal with Milik injury. There is a lot of work to do, but now we need to activate the plan. This is what Giuntoli is about to do, especially if we know the financial problems or limitations of Premier League that needs to sell some player before the 30th of June. So let me know what you think about it. But now, for the people that were saying, Beppe, it is impossible until the big ones are speaking about, it is here, black on white, guys. Now, the good news, because there is a good news, well, Thiago Motta next week will be announced by Juventus, or at least he will sign his contract. Fabrizio said between Tuesday and Wednesday signature on the contract, then we'll see when Juventus will announce him. But it's the next few days. I can't wait. I really can't wait. Instead of speaking about possibilities or etc., instead of going and stalking him where he is like he was yesterday, Roland Garros, or today visiting La Tour Eiffel, well, we can really say he is now officially the coach of Juventus. And if he becomes the coach of Juve, I will have normally a beautiful surprise for you, but I will tell you in a second. Gazzetta dello Sport is speaking, of course, about the fantastic, beautiful, not Olympics, but other sport, athletic sport of Italy, that yesterday won 6 medals in one day, something that never happened. So beautiful also to see the other sports in Italy grow. Congratulations to them. But then they are scaring me. Una Juve brasiliana. Una Juve brasiliana. That scares me a lot. A Brazilian Juve. Mamma mia. You will tell me, Beppe, Brazil, the country of football, samba, tiki-taka. Yeah. The last time I heard Una Juve brasiliana, a Brazilian Juve, it was in 2009, 2010, when we had on the same cover of Hurra, Amauri, Diego, Felipe Melo. If I'm not able to edit this video, and I will not edit. Go into the Telegram group. You will see the archives of these things with Juve Verde Oro, Juve Green and Gold. Or then another edition from Guerin Sportivo that showed actually, again, Diego, Amauri and Felipe Melo with Vestiremo alla Brasiliana. We will dress ourselves as Brazilians. We all know how it ended. 7th spot, so hopefully we'll not have that much Brazilian in Juventus team. But it's true that if we know that Thiago Motta will be the coach, Italian-Brazilian, if we know that Danilo will be there, captain of the team, Bremer is about to stay, it's already 3 that we are speaking about. Alexandro leaves, Caio Jorge leaves, but on the other side, Douglas Luiz can come, and we know it. We already repeated it in a few days. And listen to me, a lot of journalists are really going towards it is possible. It's really possible. It really is a possibility that we see Douglas Luiz at Juventus. Another name that is new today is Vitor Roque, the offensive player of Barcelona that they just signed, announced in January for 40 million euro, 19 years old, has a contract until 2031. Can you imagine 2031, the contract with Barcelona? Well, they are thinking actually to let him go, to let him play on loan, or at least this is what I read. Guys, I don't know. I don't know if you can go, because you know the changes, and it's not anymore that you can go with a 2 years loan. You can go in Italy, that's the new rule, with 1 year loan only. taking Vitor Roque, okay, on a free, on a loan from Barcelona to let him play and then sending him back to Blaugrana, if there is not at least a possibility to buy, so an option to buy, I would not go for Vitor Roque, even if I believe that he's a really good player. But do we need to do it? And then on the other side, if I'm scared about una Juve Brasiliana, Juventus Brazilian Juve, I'm also scared about this kind of swap loan techniques with Juve Barcelona, because the last one was Pjanic, Arthur, and we also know how it ended. So please don't scare me too much on that side. Another one that can really come, and it's not from Barcelona, but not far from there, is from Madrid. It is a Morata 3.0. Morata, ci stai? Are you ready? Are you agreeing, Morata? This is the title of Tuttosport today, because he's saying no to Saudi Arabia. He wants to go back to Italy, precisely to Juventus, where he still has a house there. I believe a few weeks ago, Sir Razzie knows, he wrote it. I showed you the shirt of Morata, and I said maybe, probably, I will use it again in season 24-25. So the return on investment on that shirt is fantastic, because I can use it again. The one of Alvaro Morata, not as a starter, but with Milik. Luckily, it's not that serious. But with Milik injured, with Moiskin that could leave, well, a Morata at Juventus 3.0 as a rotational player, as a backup for Dusan Vlahovic, a player that can play a bit more on the left, can play sometimes behind the striker, can take the role of a striker, can do that up and down. It is a possibility. Guys, I always told you I will not change my opinion now. If I think rationally, no, 3.0, basta. I want to turn the page. I don't want to see Morata. I prefer to see a young, new name, or even an old one, but I want to see fresh blood. Fresh faces, new faces at Juventus. On the other side, emotionally, the heart is there. Alvaro is a fantastic person, of course. If it happens, which I believe it will, well, then Alvaro Morata, I will welcome him. Well, who can leave? Well, not only Federico Chiesa, but also Matthias Solé. Matthias Solé is for sale if a big offer arrives, 35-40 million euro. On the other side, pay attention, if Caio Georgiev, loan from Frosinone, is already left, Solé can leave. Well, Barrenechea could stay. At least the request of Thiago Motta. What I was telling you yesterday and the day before about the name of Barrenechea, I told you, pay attention to Enzo. Well, today we see confirmation of Tuttosport. And that's a really great thing. I'm happy, because lately I'm anticipating you a lot of things. So if you're following the channel, listen really until the end of the channel, because sometimes you have these kind of anticipations. And then we finish with, what can Giuntoli do? Because if you sell and Solé and Chiesa, well, you need that Giuntolata, the crazy magic, the rabbit from the hat. Well, Greenwood starts to be really serious. Zegrova is another option. Zegrova, that was the king of the nutmegs. 10 nutmegs in Liga. Of course, he will not be able to do that in Serie A if he joins Juve, but 10 is not a bad number at all. Then, Zegrova, Greenwood, let me know what you prefer, or if there is another name. I'm really curious to read you today. So maximum of like. Don't forget to subscribe and comment. Grazie, forza. Juve. Ciao.